Prosser must go! 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 Prosser must go!
And should the investigation find that these allegations are true, to resign immediately. That the Wisconsin State Supreme Court should not be allowed to choke out justice for women. Prosser is a supreme disgrace. Prosecute Prosser! 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 Stand for justice, storm the fort, break the chokehold on the court.
Hello, I'm Kathleen Falk. I used to work for you, and now I stand here with you. As an attorney myself who has argued cases before the Wisconsin Supreme Court, I care deeply about the integrity of the court. Justice Prosser should step down while the investigation continues. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Melissa Sargent and I'm a Dane County Board Supervisor. Through my life experience, I know that our behavior is a measure of our integrity and our morality. We're here today because Justice Prosser admits to placing his hands on the neck of a fellow justice in the Supreme Court. No question. It is a fact that if behavior exhibited by Justice Prosser had occurred in any other workplace, that person would have been placed on administrative leave or reassigned during that investigation.
Or fired!
No question! I am proud to stand here today as a representative of 12 brave members of the Dane County Board who paved the way and asked Justice Prosser to take a leave of absence from the court until this investigation is complete.
I've been working in domestic violence for about a year and a half now, and it is phenomenal to me that we continue to allow behavior like this to occur even at the Supreme Court. It's absolutely outrageous, and we won't stand for it. This is Anthony Prince, also of the National Lawyers Guild.
Thank you, Samantha. We in the Madison chapter of the National Lawyers Guild are absolutely outraged that this man is still on the bench without having been put on administrative leave pending investigation of this act. I don't know how many times I've represented people in these circumstances, and this is not a radical proposal to take someone who has admittedly been involved in an act of workplace violence against a woman on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. An employer has a legal obligation to provide a workplace free of hazards. And so this obligation extends to the employer of Justice David Prosser, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe that we are the employer of Justice David Prosser. Let us not forget the context of this event, the context where we have an order, in my opinion, an illegal order from the Wisconsin Supreme Court upholding a law which strips public employees of their collective bargaining rights. We have a governor completely controlled by the corporate interests who is looting the children, stealing access to competent medical care for women, who is robbing our seniors, who is robbing our teachers. And we have a Supreme Court order that Justice Prosser wrote a 15-page concurrence for, ratifying what I believe is an illegal action. Well, you know something? Today we're making our own declaration of defiance. We're not going to let these people take our rights away. We're not going to let them perpetrate violence against women. We're not going to let them perpetrate violence against the people. So we're here to support you in the court, on the street, in any way that we can. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I'm Rabbi Bonnie Margulis. I'm the chair of the Wisconsin Religious Coalition for Reproductive Choice. In any democratic society, the citizenry has to be able to believe that our courts are fair and impartial, and our legal system is just and trustworthy. For this to happen, our judges must be above reproach in all their actions, both public and private. When a judge is accused of acts that are dishonorable and even criminal, it is incumbent upon that judge to step away from his office while the investigation takes place, so that the integrity of the judiciary cannot be questioned and the people's faith in the rule of law is not shaken. If he's exonerated, he should be welcomed back to the court without reservation. But if he is found indeed to be guilty of assaulting one of his fellow judges, then he should resign and face the full force of law. In Jewish tradition, we are taught one of the basic requirements of civilized society is to set up fair and impartial courts of law with judges who are people of integrity, wisdom, and impartiality. The Jewish sage Maimonides, writing nearly 800 years ago, taught that a judge must possess 7 fundamental qualities: wisdom, humility, fear of God, disdain of monetary gain, love of truth, love of people, and a good reputation. In addition, a judge must have a good eye, a humble spirit, must be pleasant in company, and gentle in speech and dealings with others. He must be very strict with himself and control his passions. He must have a courageous heart to rescue the oppressed from the hand of the oppressor, cruelty, and persecution, and keep far from wrong and injustice. Violence against women can occur at any level of society, but when violence is alleged to have been perpetrated by someone who is entrusted with the public good, someone who is elected as a judge over us, it undermines our faith in these very institutions and leaders that are supposed to protect us.
Last week, we delivered to the state Supreme Court over 10,000 signatures on a petition demanding unquestionably and unflinchingly that David Prosser must go. Now, this is classic workplace bullying. Remember what was going on at the time of his attack on Justice Bradley. He and his 3 conservatives were trying to muscle through, in record time, in violation of all current standard operating procedures for the Supreme Court, a decision to uphold what the conservative Republican legislators wanted them to do. And when Justice Bradley questioned what they were going to do, he wasn't going to tolerate it. This is classic workplace bullying, and it's got to stop. And there is one simple message, and you are all here today for this, and there are people across Wisconsin who are joining this, and they are saying clearly, unmistakably, Prosser must go.
For members of the press, if you have any further questions, some of our speakers will stick around. Feel free to talk to them.